Yo, what's up traders? So in today's video, it's going to be a little bit different. I will do a little quick recap like always, but I wanted to talk about the scanner I use because the questions coming in about my scanners are compiling during this small account challenge. So I figured we might as well get that video out of the way. Not to mention, it's kind of been chilling on my to-do list for a while now. So let's do it. Let me quickly change my location. Whoop, it just got real dark. So first, I'll go over the scanner with you guys. We'll make sure to get that out of the way. I'm gonna give you guys 2 scanners. Everything's free, don't worry about that. Everything on this channel is free. I'm also going to give you guys 2 links that all you need to do for this scanner is put those links into your own TD Ameritrade, either Trade Architect or ThinkorSwim, and it will auto-populate or auto-import my scanner with all the settings right into your setups. So it's going to be really quick and easy. I guess that makes me a pretty nice guy. And then you guys can play around with the settings on your own time. I'll quickly review each setting. So let's dive into it now. And remember, if you enjoy these videos and you love trading as much as I do, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. Because once you subscribe, whew, God only knows what's going to happen next. Your life just took a whole different turn. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, if you know how to import shared items to TD Ameritrade ThinkorSwim platform already, all you need to do, if you want to kind of skip this video, there's 2 links in the pinned comment below this video. And those are my 2 scanner links that you can go ahead and upload them right away. If you want to learn more about how to do that, and what each scanner is for, then just continue watching this video. All right, ladies, enough of the nonsense. Let's get into it. So, as you know, I go over my scanner every morning. You can see it here on the left. And here you can see every day I put out my scanner, and this thing has just been growing kind of ridiculously. I've been changing the name a few times, but I've noticed I've gotten so lazy that I just put the date and numbers. So today, January 23rd, and then boom. It's quick and simple. So if you go to the scanner right here, right now we are on our after market open scanner. And since this one's open already, I guess I'll just go ahead and share this one. So this is not the one I import over here, but this is once the market opens, I'll go ahead and check this scanner out and just see what's moving. We actually caught TWMC today because of this scanner. It's basically what's moving after the market opens, what is moving over 5% and has a decent amount of volume and is also in a market cap range that we're looking for. So between 2 million, and I don't have a max on this thing, which is kind of ridiculous because I thought there was a max on this thing. So I must have accidentally done something. So I'm going to go ahead and say 900 million for now. But in most cases, we only trade things under 500 million. On our scanner, we typically only trade things over $1, although sometimes I like looking at stuff that is, you know, in these lower ranges. So again, I'm just going to go ahead and update that to 0.10, and you can see that took out some of the really tiny stuff. So yeah, now we have 94 stocks just kind of running, and you know, all these stocks right here, all the big ones with the big dollar volume, they were already on our watch list. So I want to go ahead and talk about that one. But first, before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and save this one, save scan query, and just say small cap movers after market opens, and go ahead and save that. Yes, I want to rewrite it. Okay, the second scanner, let's load this one quickly, personal, and then here we go, the gap scanner. This is my gap scanner. This is what I use every morning, and if we scan right now, I don't believe it's going to find anything. Okay, picked up these 2 things. I'm not even entirely sure why, but in the morning, this will pull up usually between 10 and 50 stocks. Unfortunately, you know, it's no longer morning, so I can't really show you guys what it looks like. This obviously looks a little bit weird, but really quickly, all I do every morning, I go ahead and say save watch list, and then I type in, so today I typed in 123 and I click save, right? And then I go over here and then I say personal, and then I just pull up my last watch list. So that was 123, and I just populated it here. So basically what this scanner picked up this morning was right here, and I think it was about 19 stocks. This scanner typically gets everything that I'm going to be trading. Very rarely does it not pick something up. So sometimes there won't be something that moves pre-market, right? Just pre-market, it was totally flat, market opens, and then it shoots up. Then it starts running, then it starts gapping and going, or I guess you could just say going, because there was no gap, pre-market gap. And if this scanner doesn't get it, that's when you use the other scanner that I just showed you before. And all these settings, obviously, you guys can tinker with on your own time, depending on if you guys want to be trading small caps, mid caps, large caps. This is just kind of a really simple setup I have for my small caps. And again, my range is pretty big. You can see here I have, again, 0.01. I just don't really want to miss anything since we're pretty new on this small account challenge, specifically focused on growing our account using the small cap gap and go strategy. I just didn't really want to miss anything, and to be honest, it's so quick to scan through it. I usually filter by dollar volume and by the actual price as well. I typically want to be trading between $1 and $7 stocks with a market cap between, let's say, 10 million and 250 million. And I also want to be looking for something that has a float between, I don't know, let's say 2 million and under 50 million. So those are all like really general and quick, rough description of what I'm looking for, and this scanner really helps me to find those things, and it also kind of pulls in a bit more so I can, you know, always see what else is running. The most important thing on this gap and go scanner right here is this after hours percent change. And if you want to build it manually, I think it's all right, price performance after hours percent change. I do it since the market closed. There has been a greater than 4% move, and this includes extended hours. So one thing I have noticed is this extended hours thing is sometimes a little tricky. Sometimes I see what comes up if I don't have it checked, because sometimes the day before there's a really big move, extended hours. So sometimes that will make it so a stock that already moved after hours not show up. But I find it to be quite rare the case. Right now I have it checked because I have found that almost everything that is running definitely keeps running first thing in the morning. So right now I have it checked and I don't really have any issues with it, although sometimes it is nice to see, you know, what results you get. And onto the fun part, you guys probably already noticed in my pinned comment below, there's 2 links there, and those 2 links are links to the scanner to import. And all you have to do to enter my shared links is you go to setup, and then you say open shared item. You put that shared item in here, and then you're going to see that as an option. So next time you go to load scan query, you should be able to see the new gap scanner here. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys have any issues or if you have any questions regarding any of the variables we have here. I'd be happy to answer it and address any concerns. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you're going to be using these scanners. All right, so let's really quickly review those 3 trades we made today. And you know, today was our second red day of the month. So overall, phenomenal month. And with just about, you know, our $900 on average position size, we are just about at $1,000 profit for this month in our trading. So that's really cool. It's been a phenomenal growth because we have just tiny position sizes. So it's been going really smoothly. You know, today was just, I guess, our biggest red day of the month. And it was just, you know, 2 breakout trades that I was a little bit too aggressive on. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly review them. If you guys have any questions about why I traded INNT and why I traded, you know, anything that I traded, here's what we did today. INNT was the first one, and then we traded TWMC twice. You can see the trades here. So the last trade was a $27 profit, although it could have been like a $150 profit. Oh my Lord. I can't really complain about any of this. If you guys do want to know why I traded anything, what my watch list was, what we were looking at, just check out the live stream. You will see it there. I talk about all the stocks ahead of time. So, you know, now I just want to be focusing on the actual trades themselves. So coming back here, INNT, it was extremely extended this morning. This thing was up about 130%, and I knew we were going to have to be really careful with this. Plus there was a massive warrants out about it. I mean, there's so many reasons this thing was going to go down, so I wanted to be really careful. But we did find some big support at 1 after we pulled back. This is the long-term chart This is a daily chart, and I was expecting maybe a bounce in this area. So you can see this line a little bit better here now. So pre-market, we were selling off, found some big support at 0.9, and then we really came back up here to this area, and we're ready to break out again. On the live stream, you hear me say this, I'm like, wow, we really should have entered right here when we didn't crack down past 1. I should have entered any time in this candle up to maybe 1.1. This would have been a phenomenal entry. Because this thing just kept on going to this big resistance zone at 1.2. So, you know, could have been a phenomenal breakout trade, but I was just a little bit too slow on it. And then I waited for a pullback, which we got, but I should have removed the pullback because we didn't get one of those really quick pullbacks and continue moving up. We just got continued selling pressure, and that is really not what you want to see. We eventually got an entry here at a pretty good entry, 1.05. We pulled up a little bit. And this is when I really should have got out. There's just constant sellers in this area, and you know, we didn't break through. What I was looking for was would have been a really quick continuation back to this area, and maybe make a new high, maybe make a double top, something like that. That's what I was looking for. But it didn't happen right away, and I should have got out. I had probably 30 seconds to get out of this trade for a scratch. You know, either 1% gain, 1% loss, doesn't really matter. It's a bad trade, and I should just get out. Anyway. You know, I held it a little bit too long. We had a crack here, and then I forced my exit right around here at 0.98. So we took about a 6.5% loss on this trade. Wasn't really that bad overall. I mean, losses happen. I just, you know, I'm a little upset that I didn't pull the trigger quicker to get out of this trade. You know, the entry, it was a decent entry. Overall, the trade itself was a little whack. I mean, nothing amazing. I think I held on to this trade a little bit too long. This trade done, you know, 10 times, maybe 6, 7 of them would have been profitable, but this one, it just didn't work out in our favor. So, you know, eventually this thing just continued to sell off. And, you know, it was a good thing that we got out of this trade, because by the time we got out, let's say right around here, I mean, this thing sold off another 18%. So we definitely don't want to be part of that. It did have a really nice bounce though, near this 0.8 area, huge bounce. And I definitely would have traded this one if we had one more trade today. So let me quickly tell you what we traded the rest of our stuff on. Let me go TWMC. And this is what the stock that kind of popped up on our after market open scanner, because my gap scanner did not pick this one up. This one was looking really good, up about 140% here, holding its highs nicely. This thing just ripped on up. We missed this whole move. I was not watching this stock at the time. In 3 candles, it goes up 100%. Guys, that is just ridiculous. I missed this move. And then we kind of saw it in this area consolidating, and let's just very quickly check out the 5-minute chart. It was really nice, consolidating above VWAP, holding its highs over here. And I was like, okay, there's a really good chance now that we might break higher. So I got out. So I entered this trade when we were consolidating and that we had this big first move to the upside. And I got in on a quick little pullback on this hammer candle. And I should have realized that there is big resistance there. So I should have just, you know, after I got an entry, I should have just tried to get out for like a 5, 6, 7% profit. And I should have not been so aggressive looking for a secondary breakout here. But yeah, in hindsight, everything's 2020. So yeah, we were up about 6% at one point. And I was like, you know, this could crack at any moment. But again, just constant selling pressure. And I should have been a little bit more conscious on that. And yeah, eventually, you know, this thing broke to the downside, and I was like, you know, I don't want to be part of it. I'm out of this trade. And again, you know, good thing we got out of this trade, because from where we exited the trade, let's see, right around here at $8, this thing pulled back another 22%. So wow, super good that we were not in that any longer, but still just, you know, kind of unfortunate. That's our second red trade of the day. And then, you know, as this thing was selling off, I identified there was huge support here at $6. Let's quickly go to the long-term chart just to show you guys. You know, we went all the way up here to almost $10, and then we pulled back, and now we even broke past this 7.5 area. We're pulling back again, and then $6. You can see here, there's just constant support in this area at 650. So again, let's kind of zoom in a little bit. And you can see this 650 was an original breakout zone. And this is a really, really critical area. So we had the first pullback to this area, and then we had a nice little bounce here. This was 11% bounce, huge. But understood that sometimes these things like to pull back 2, 3, 4 times before they have any sort of reversal. So I was really, really cautious, and eventually we got that second pullback, and I entered on this one near $6. This was also an area where we had a nice little wick in this. So, I love those hold numbers. I thought there was a lot of support. I also bought on the big volume candle here, and we got almost a near perfect entry. I think it was actually a perfect entry. So really, really cool. The only problem with this trade though is I just didn't hold it very long. I kind of scared myself out on this trade, which is extremely unfortunate because this thing really ran. It was just kind of consolidating in this area for way too long. And just like with INNT, when this thing didn't break higher, I should have gotten out of it. We consolidated in this area for 2 minutes, and I should have been a little bit more quick to understand, okay, this thing is not breaking higher. I should be out of this one, especially because this is more of a breakout trade. With support line bounces, you can give them a little bit more time. But like I said in the live stream, I hear it again and again from so many good traders that say, within the first few seconds, especially trading breakouts, I know if it's going to be a profitable trade. And that's why, I like to be very quick on my exits. And with TWMC, I just applied the whole breakout mentality a little bit too much to the support line bounce mentality. So this could have been, a really, really profitable trade. But, we exited a little bit too early, which is kind of unfortunate because, there was such clear big support in this area. And I should have let it ride a little bit. I mean, even from where we got out here at the 0.38, and we're already up like 4% at this point because we had such a nice entry. This thing ran up another 26%, huge. Just ridiculous. And then, pull back here, and guess what? From the 6.5 area, huge, tremendous support, and this thing runs up again, 33% from the 6.5 area. So this would have been the stock to be trading today, very calmly with our best strategy. I kind of used all of my trades on a pattern that I wasn't really good at. So if I just stuck to the basics, stuck to what I knew I was good at, today could have been a tremendously profitable day. So, whatever, it happens. And I'm just looking forward to tomorrow and just wait for those perfect setups. And if we don't see them, then pause off, because that's what we did basically this whole month. There was a whole week where I didn't do any trades in the first 30 minutes because I was like, I'm not really feeling it. But then, this is my best month so far, just because I was extremely patient and I waited for those good setups to come to me. And, this morning, I think I was a little bit over aggressive, but, I learned a lot. At the end of the day, we paid, let's see, $108 for some really, really nice lessons, and I get to share them with you guys. So that's pretty cool too. All right, guys, that's everything for today. Don't forget to leave a like if you haven't done so already and you enjoy this content. Consider subscribing if you're new here. And until next time, guys, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.